All right, April 23rd, 3:25 p.m. and I am at the park down the street from my wife's law school. Came over here because it's a little more shady, and I'm I'm actually fostering two kittens right now. I just went to the shelter yesterday, and they were in desperate need for some fosters, and it's something I really wanted to do for a while now. I do have four cats, two rescues, and two Maine Coons, and my wife wanted the Maine Coons. I mean, they're friggin' adorable, but they're just getting so big or whatever. But yeah, two rescues and two Maine Coons, and we were at the shelter just looking. We actually just found a cat recently. She was still a kitten, but she was an orange tabby. We called her Foxy because she had a foxtail and she was pregnant. She was in our alley, and so we took her home for a little while, fed her because she was starving, and then we took her to the shelter when we could, so that she can get the help and shots and all that stuff. And she was actually adopted. So that was really cool. And so my son got really attached to her, and he really wanted to adopt her, but by the time we went back to the shelter, it had only been a couple days or whatever, and she had gotten adopted right away. So he was pretty bummed out. So we wanted to go back to the shelter just to look around for orange cats, and just see what they had or whatever. And so there was orange cats, and one single orange cat from this litter. But my wife fell in love with these floofy little cats or whatever, this gray little cat that's just had the nicest little coat. And she really wanted it, but we already have four cats as it is, and we live in an apartment. So I was like, I don't know about all that. Excuse me. And so I told her, I was like, maybe, I'll look into volunteering or whatever, so that way we can, we can see cats whenever we want. And so we started talking to the volunteer coordinator, and the tech that was in there was actually like, oh yeah, we always need fosters all the time. And I was like, well, maybe we can, foster for a little bit. That way we don't have to commit to another cat, and we still get to, love a kitten, take care of a kitten, and then when it gets old enough, we can help find it a home. So we talked to the coordinator, and she was like, yeah, we're in desperate need of fosters. Go ahead and fill out the application. There was another couple there as well, younger couple. And so they were like, yeah. So she told us fill out the application, send her an email, and then she would get back to us and let us know what the next steps were. So we went home, we did that, we filled out the application, and I sent her an email. And I was like, oh, filled out the application. My wife filled one out too. So just waiting on the next steps. So we ended up going to the shelter. It said to get a shelter visit. I mean, we go to that shelter all the time just to look at animals and pet cats and pet dogs and stuff like that. And so my wife wanted to go see if that litter of kittens was there, because they said they were going to be ready the next day. And she just wanted to look. She was like, yeah, I just really want to look or whatever. And hold on, these cats are getting rowdy. What are you doing? Leave your brother alone. Are you gonna poop? Are you gonna poop? Do you need me to wipe you? Are you okay? I think she was just cleaning him. But here's the girl. She has a little mustachio. She's freaking adorable. We had a little scare today. She didn't want to eat, so we had to take her back. And then she checked out fine. Everything was fine. Turns out she just pooped right now, a really big poop, and it was really solid. So then she started eating again, so that's pretty good. And then this is her brother. He's a little fluffy gato, and he's very vocal, and he's eating so well, but he's freaking adorable. He's so adorable. So yeah, so they told us we really need foster parents all the time, and If we don't get fosters, we have to, they usually have a day to get fosters. If not, they have to put the kittens down. And it's just so sad. Like, it's so sad that they have to put, all these kittens down just because they don't have resources for them. And so, like I said, we went back to go check on that gray little fluffy cat just to see if it was there. I had no intention of adopting another cat. My son really wanted an orange cat, so if we did adopt one, I was going to get an orange cat for my son, and he promised to take full responsibility for it. So I humored my wife, and we went, and we seen the coordinator, the volunteer coordinator, and she was like, we told him, we were like, yeah, we filled out an application or whatever, just wanted to let you know that we're good to go on that aspect. And she was like, oh, that's so great. I'm gonna send you an email, and then once you do this onboarding stuff, not onboard, yeah, I think it's like a volunteer agreement or whatever, foster agreement. She was like, once you fill that out, then you'll be good to go in the system, and then we can get you guys fostering right away. And then she was like, oh, just meanwhile, do you want to go see what cats we have right now, what kittens we have? And we were like, oh yeah, sure. So she took us into the back, and one of the helpers, one of the workers there was actually bottle feeding one of the kittens, this little guy right here. And she was like, oh, you want to practice? And I was like, sure. So I started practicing feeding him. You're not pooping, are you? You're not pooping, are you? You're not going pee? Yeah? Yeah? I'm trying to keep their little cage clean, because these cats peed and pooped all over my bed last night. I had to wash my ow, what are you can't bite through, you can't bite through. They don't have names yet, but anyways, trying to keep their bedding clean. And so they were like, yeah, just go ahead and hey, stop it, stop chewing on that, you're gonna hurt your little mouth. So they were like, yeah, go ahead and try feeding them. So I started bottle feeding this little guy. And then why are you doing that to your brother? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing to your brother? Leave him alone. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? I can feed you. So make a long story short, she ended up just giving us these two kittens to foster, the ones that we were feeding, and I already fell in love with them. But here. Are you hungry? This one's a little stubborn. She was really backed up earlier, so she doesn't really want to eat too much because she felt super bloated, obviously, when you don't eat, or when you're bloated, or when you're backed up. But yeah, long story short, we got these little kittens to bottle feed for the next 3 weeks. And then, what, bro? What? And then it's going to be super sad because we're going to have to take them back so that they can get adopted. I already love them. So much. But yeah, that's pretty much the update for today. Like I said, switching back to Anthro so that I can go to Pepperdine Business School. And I'm doing this because I just really feel like I'm super behind. I mean, going back to school in my 30s already, I feel like I'm super behind, and I feel like I should be way further than I am right now. So sticking with here sticking with cyber, was just going to keep me at my community college. And it was so daunting, guys. Like, it was freaking so daunting that I would have to stay for another year. Like, didn't want to stay for another year. Like, I'm sick of school, to be honest. I'm only going back so I can better my life and set a good example for my kids or whatever. And um tired of being in school. Been in school for 5 years and it feels like it's never ending, and I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life. But I know I'm not. I know I'm not gonna be here for the rest of my life. But I'm also not gonna extend my community college longer than it needs to be. With my indecisiveness, IT is a great career field, and it has a lot of earning potential, but honestly, business has more. Business has way more earning potential. I'm already a businessman. I already have a business. I've ran multiple businesses or whatever already. So, I mean, I feel like that's the way to go. Like, I feel like, what am I wasting my time trying to do IT for, when I don't even want to work for somebody to begin with? Like, going back to school for IT just puts you in another job. And honestly, I don't want a job. I really don't. Um, I can't work for people anymore. I have a part-time job right now, and it's just it's so daunting going there. Like, I have to go to work tomorrow, and tomorrow's Friday and Saturday. Um, and I don't even want to go. Like, it's a previous job that I had at a place that's really cool, but I mean, it's you're there all day for like the minimal amount of cash, and I'm just doing it to hold me over or whatever. But um, like I said, working for somebody after being in business for so long, it's just, I don't know, just makes me feel like I don't know, I'm not progressing, like I'm going backward or whatever. So I'm just going to keep pushing forward, doing whatever I can to hurry up and get through community college and move on to that next step. And hopefully, brings me a little peace. Hopefully it just helps me feel better about myself, because I'm tired of feeling like a failure. I've been in business for a long time, but I also feel like I'm nowhere near where I need to be. I feel like all my friends are, working professionals and stuff like that, and I feel like I don't compare. But, you know, going to. Things are going to change. I'm going to start a business with some peers, some classmates, and I'm going to have a team, and this time it's going to be different, because I'm going to have a working team, and things are going to go a lot smoother. I'm not going to be doing everything on my own. And that's the thing about business, is that you can't do everything on your own. I've done it for too long. I've done it for way too long, and I've learned so much. But the main lesson that I learned is that you can't run a business on your own. You can to begin with, but after a while, you just need team members. You need partners. You need a crew. And that's what I'm going to school for. I'm not going to school for the degree. I'm going to school to network and to find an actual crew. So, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. And that's what I wanted to reflect on, because I've been super emotional about all this, wanting to quit, wanting to give up. And, there's no reason to give up. I just got to keep pushing forward. But I had to push myself out of that mentality, or out of that, I guess it is a mentality of just feeling so down and feeling like this school thing was just never going to end. I know there's a lot of people out there right now that feel the same way. You feel like school's never going to end, or should I even start going back to school in my 30s? I'm going to be an old student, and I don't know, I feel like I'm going to be super old by the time I'm done with school. But the reality is, if you don't go to school, I mean, what are you going to do? You're just going to stay in the exact same position, and in a couple years when you could be done, you're going to feel the same way. You're going to feel like all that time passed, and it's not even going to feel like that much. It's going to go by so fast, and you're going to be like, holy crap, I could have just been done with school. I could have just been done. Why did I not do it? So if you're in the same position, you're thinking about going back to school, then I literally just say, just do it. Just go back. Just do it. Don't waste any more time. And you're not going to regret it. You're not going to regret it. That's the bottom line here, is that you're not going to regret it. And you might even pick up some foster kids. Who knows? It's going to be it, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.